capable pickup becomes even more useful when small upgrades solve the problems that show up between the driveway, job site, and open road. Featured in this lineup are 61 amazing pickup truck gadgets on Amazon you'll actually use, bringing together practical gear for cargo control, towing, lighting, storage, security, camping, and roadside situations. Each pick has a clear purpose, whether it protects your truck, saves time, or makes demanding tasks easier to handle. Several useful discoveries are still ahead, and one could become the truck upgrade you wonder how you ever managed without. Number 1. PULIDIKI Cleaning Gel. Dust hides inside vents, switches, cup holders, and dashboard gaps where ordinary cloths struggle to reach. PULIDIKI Cleaning Gel presses into those awkward little spaces and lifts loose dirt without requiring a collection of tiny brushes. Its soft texture molds around buttons and narrow trim areas, making quick cabin touch-ups much easier between deeper cleans. Keep it with your detailing supplies, and freshen the interior whenever small crumbs or dust start making the truck look neglected. Number 2. PrimaryMover Dump Hoist. Unloading loose material manually can turn a useful truck or trailer setup into a slow, exhausting process. PrimaryMover Dump Hoist provides powered lifting assistance for compatible dump body applications. The system is intended to raise heavy loads through a controlled mechanical setup, reducing the physical effort involved in unloading suitable material. Because this equipment handles substantial weight, installation, and operation, along with trained adults following load ratings, manufacturer instructions, and proper vehicle safety procedures. Number 3. Tire Lifter Tool. Heavy tires become awkward to position when wheel changes or workshop maintenance require repeated lifting. Tire Lifter Tool supports the wheel from below so an adult technician can move or align it with less direct strain. Its rolling or leverage-based design can make heavier truck tires easier to manage around the work area. For trained adult maintenance situations, it is the kind of specialized tool that becomes valuable the moment wrestling a tire by hand stops feeling reasonable. Number 4. QVEVDACAR LED Lights. Truck beds and work areas become frustratingly dark once the sun disappears and the factory lighting is not enough. QVEVDACAR LED lights add focused illumination around compatible truck locations where extra visibility is useful. Compact fixtures can brighten cargo, tools, or surrounding areas without relying entirely on a handheld flashlight. Used with an appropriate electrical setup, they make nighttime loading, campsite organization, or simple gear checks feel much less inconvenient. Number 5. XBULL Recovery Tracks. Loose sand, mud, or soft ground can leave tires spinning when traction disappears beneath them. XBULL Recovery Tracks provide a textured surface intended to help compatible vehicles regain grip during appropriate recovery situations. Their rugged panels store in the truck until conditions actually demand them, making them more practical than carrying improvised materials. Vehicle recovery can be hazardous, so trained adults should use rated equipment and follow safe recovery practices instead of treating traction boards as a guarantee. Number 6. YZONA Cargo Carrier. Bed space disappears quickly when coolers, luggage, and bulky gear all compete for the same area. YZONA Cargo Carrier adds an external carrying platform to a compatible hitch setup, creating another place for suitable cargo. The open basket keeps larger items out of the cab while preserving useful room elsewhere in the truck. When properly rated, loaded, and secured by an adult, it can make road trips or camping weekends feel far less cramped. Number 7. OrionMotor Scissor Jack. A roadside tire problem becomes far more stressful when lifting equipment is missing, damaged, or unsuitable for the vehicle. OrionMotor Scissor Jack provides compact mechanical lifting capability for compatible applications. Its foldable design makes storage easier than bulkier shop equipment, which is why tools like this are often kept with emergency gear. Jacking vehicles is inherently dangerous. Only trained adults should use correctly rated equipment on suitable surfaces while following the vehicle and jack manufacturer's safety requirements. Number 8. CURT Fifth Hitch. Heavy towing demands a connection designed around the loads and geometry involved rather than a basic hitch setup. CURT Fifth Hitch provides a dedicated coupling system for compatible pickup beds and fifth-wheel trailers. Its mounting structure distributes towing forces through the truck bed area while giving the trailer an appropriate articulation point. Because towing setup is safety critical, correct compatibility, ratings, professional installation where required, and trained adult operation matter far more than convenience alone. A useful truck setup is not about adding gear everywhere. The next 8 focus on security, storage, work surfaces, visibility, and protection that quietly make the truck easier to live with. Number 9. Suetlcoity console safe. Wallets, documents, or small valuables feel exposed when the center console is nothing more than an open storage bin. Suetlcoity console safe adds a lockable compartment inside a compatible truck console. The hidden placement keeps the cabin looking normal while creating a more controlled location for items you do not want sitting in plain sight. It does not replace responsible storage habits, but it can add useful security without sacrificing much everyday cabin space. Number 10. Generic camping table. Tailgates work as temporary tables until food, tools, and gear all need the same surface at once. Generic camping table provides a separate folding workspace for campsite meals, roadside stops, or outdoor projects. Collapsible construction lets it ride in the bed without permanently consuming useful cargo room. Set up by an adult on stable ground, it gives everything from coffee gear to maps and camp supplies a proper place instead of balancing them around the truck. Number 11. TTRCB Detailing Kit. Keeping a truck clean becomes tedious when every surface requires a different brush or cloth. TTRCB Detailing Kit groups several cleaning tools for vents, wheels, trim, interior gaps, and exterior touch-ups. Different brush shapes help reach areas that larger towels miss, while keeping everything together reduces the search for the right tool. Store the kit in the garage and make quick maintenance easier before dirt builds into a much bigger weekend cleaning job. Number 12. Tomioka Racing Ramps. Low clearance access can be difficult when certain maintenance or display situations require a vehicle to sit slightly higher. Tomioka racing ramps provide a gradual raised platform for compatible vehicles and properly rated applications. Their shaped approach can suit situations where abrupt lifting equipment would be inconvenient. Vehicle ramps carry serious risk if used incorrectly, so only trained adults should use verified load ratings, level surfaces, appropriate wheel restraint, and all manufacturer safety guidance. Number 13. DoHonest backup camera. Reversing a pickup becomes harder when the bed, tailgate, or cargo blocks what is directly behind you. DoHonest backup camera adds a rear-facing view on a compatible display to supplement mirrors and normal checks. That extra perspective can make parking, aligning, or backing in tight spaces easier to judge. It is still an aid rather than a replacement for careful observation, but once installed, the added visibility can become useful on nearly every drive. Number 14. Sanooer towing mirrors. A wide trailer can create blind areas that standard mirrors were never designed to cover. Sanooer towing mirrors extend the driver's rearward field of view on compatible trucks. The larger viewing area helps adults monitor surrounding traffic and trailer position more effectively during appropriate towing situations. Correct fit and adjustment matter, but for trucks that tow regularly, better side visibility can make the entire driving setup feel more controlled and less dependent on guesswork. Number 15. TripleAliners Bed Mat. Bare truck beds can become scratched and noisy when tools, boxes, and cargo slide directly across the metal surface. TripleAliners Bed Mat creates a protective layer between the bed floor and everyday loads. Textured material can also help reduce unwanted movement while cushioning impacts from routine gear. Drop suitable cargo onto the mat instead of the painted bed, and preserve a work surface that otherwise takes punishment every time the truck is used. Number 16. LetsGoAero Hitch Pin. A hitch-mounted accessory is only useful when the connection holding it in place is secure and properly matched. LetsGoAero Hitch Pin provides a locking or retaining point for compatible hitch equipment. Its simple roll helps keep carriers or other rated accessories attached at the receiver rather than relying on an improvised fastener. For adult towing or cargo setups, verify size and ratings carefully because one tiny component can be critical to the entire connection. The truck bed is where clutter usually begins. Coming up are gadgets that organize loose gear, protect the cabin, add storage, and make long days on the road far more practical. Number 17. Keeper Cargo Bar. Groceries, bins, and toolboxes can slide from one end of the bed to the other during ordinary driving. Keeper Cargo Bar creates an adjustable barrier across a compatible truck bed or cargo area. Its tension design helps divide the available space and keep lighter loads from wandering freely. Positioned appropriately by an adult, it can turn one large empty bed into smaller usable zones without permanently installing another storage system. Number 18. Winunite Hitch Lock. Hitch accessories are easy to remove if nothing prevents the retaining pin from being pulled out. Winunite Hitch Lock adds a keyed or locking connection around compatible receiver equipment. The compact device can discourage casual removal while keeping the hitch setup visually uncluttered. Choose the correct size and rating for the application, then let a small piece of security protect accessories that can cost far more than the lock itself. Number 19. TrUNKCRATEPRO Cargo Organizer. Loose shopping bags and roadside supplies quickly turn the bed or cargo area into a rolling pile. TRUNKCRATEPRO Cargo Organizer separates smaller items into structured compartments that keep everything easier to locate. Foldable construction saves space when the organizer is empty, while handles make the whole setup easier to move between vehicle and home. Use it for groceries, detailing supplies, emergency gear, or tools, and stop letting small items claim the entire truck. Number 20. CARPASS Seat Covers. Work clothes, pets, food, and everyday use can wear down factory upholstery surprisingly quickly. CARPASS seat covers add a removable protective layer over compatible truck seats. The covers take the daily abuse from dust, crumbs, and minor spills, while also changing the cabin's appearance. Fit matters for comfort and proper seat function, but a well-matched set can help preserve the original interior through years of routine driving. Number 21. OEDRO Storage Box. Truck beds offer plenty of open space but very little built-in organization for smaller gear. OEDRO Storage Box creates a dedicated enclosed location for tools, straps, roadside supplies, or work accessories. A structured box protects contents from rolling around while keeping frequently used equipment separate from larger cargo. Mounted or positioned correctly for the truck, it can turn an otherwise chaotic section of the bed into storage that actually stays organized. Number 22. OneTigris Visor Organizer. Parking passes, pens, cards, and small documents somehow end up scattered across consoles and door pockets. OneTigris Visor Organizer moves those flat everyday items onto unused overhead space. Multiple pockets keep frequently needed pieces visible and separated, while the slim profile avoids taking up another cup holder or console compartment. Attach it to a compatible visor and give the tiny things you use constantly one predictable place to live. Number 23. Keiurot Hood Light. Checking something under the hood at night usually turns into holding a flashlight with one hand and working with the other. Keiurot Hood Light adds dedicated illumination across the engine bay area for compatible setups. A wider beam can make components easier to see without balancing a handheld light around moving shadows. For trained adults performing appropriate inspections, having both hands free can make nighttime checks noticeably less awkward and more organized. Number 24. Pittman AirBedz Mattress. Sleeping across a truck bed sounds simple until wheel wells and hard metal make the surface surprisingly uncomfortable. Pittman AirBedz Mattress is shaped around compatible pickup beds to create a flatter, inflatable sleeping area. Its fitted design uses the available bed space more efficiently than a basic rectangular air mattress. Pair it with a secure parked campsite, and suddenly the truck becomes a far more comfortable overnight setup without towing a separate camper. Camping upgrades only matter if they make the truck easier to use once you arrive. The next group adds retrieval, organized cargo, towing support, racks, brighter lighting, and protected storage. Number 25. BedBuddi Retrieval Tool. Small cargo has a talent for sliding all the way to the front of the bed, where reaching it becomes annoying. BedBuddi Retrieval Tool extends your reach so lightweight items can be pulled closer without climbing into the truck bed. The simple long-handled design stores easily along the side when not needed. Use it for appropriate loose gear and turn that awkward stretch across a full-size bed into a quick grab from the tailgate. Number 26. JOYTUTUS Cargo Organizer. A pickup can carry a lot, yet small equipment still disappears when there is no system keeping categories together. JOYTUTUS Cargo Organizer introduces compartments for tools, supplies, groceries, or travel gear. Flexible sections make it easier to adapt the interior to different loads, while handles let the whole organizer move as one unit. Keep everyday truck essentials inside, and avoid rebuilding the cargo layout every time you need to carry something different. Number 27. LetsGoAero Cargo Tray. Wet boots, muddy equipment, or leaking containers can leave a mess that spreads across the entire cargo area. LetsGoAero Cargo Tray creates a raised edge surface designed to contain dirt and small spills. The removable liner is much easier to clean than carpeting or factory surfaces, while molded edges help keep debris concentrated. Place messy everyday gear on the tray and make cleanup a matter of removing one piece instead of scrubbing half the vehicle. Number 28. OrionMotor Trailer Hitch. A trailer, cargo accessory, or other receiver-mounted equipment needs a properly rated connection to the vehicle. OrionMotor Trailer Hitch provides that structural mounting point on compatible truck applications. The receiver becomes the foundation for selected towing or carrying accessories without relying on temporary attachment methods. Because towing hardware is safety critical, compatibility, load ratings, professional installation where appropriate, and trained adult inspection should always come before convenience. Number 29. YZONA Bed Rack. Long gear can overwhelm the truck bed when ladders, boards, or camping equipment occupy every inch of floor space. YZONA Bed Rack creates elevated carrying positions above a compatible pickup bed. The raised framework frees lower cargo room while giving longer items a more dedicated location. Adult users should respect weight ratings and secure loads properly, but the basic advantage is clear, using vertical space instead of forcing everything into one layer. Number 30. NUVISION LED Headlights. Older or weak headlights can make nighttime driving feel far more tiring than it should. NUVISION LED headlights are designed to improve forward illumination on compatible vehicles where the installation is legal and properly aimed. Brighter, clearer output can help drivers see road edges and surroundings more effectively after dark. Because lighting regulations and beam alignment matter, adult installation should prioritize compatibility and correct adjustment rather than brightness alone. Number 31. FORWODE Tool Box. Tools left loose in a truck bed become noisy, exposed, and surprisingly difficult to find when one is actually needed. FORWODE Tool Box creates a dedicated enclosed storage area for work gear and roadside equipment. Compartments or open interior space keep items together, while a durable shell helps protect them from normal transport conditions. Organize the essentials once and avoid turning every repair or job site stop into a search through scattered equipment. Number 32. Lanotech Tonneau Cover. An open bed leaves cargo exposed to weather, road debris, and curious eyes wherever the truck is parked. Lanotech Tonneau Cover spans a compatible pickup bed to create a more protected cargo area. The cover also gives the truck a cleaner profile while keeping everyday items less visible from outside. Choose the correct fit for the bed and gain a simple layer of protection without permanently giving up the flexibility of open bed hauling. The next section leans into truck-based travel, sleeping, climbing, weather protection, cargo expansion, and gear management for weekends that go well beyond the pavement. Number 33. BedBuddi Rooftop Tent. A camping trip becomes more flexible when sleeping space travels with the vehicle rather than requiring a separate ground tent. BedBuddi Rooftop Tent mounts to a compatible rated rack system and creates an elevated sleeping platform when parked. Its fold-away design keeps camp gear consolidated during travel while opening into a dedicated shelter at the destination. Proper vehicle ratings, mounting, and adult setup matter, but the concept can completely change how quickly camp comes together. Number 34. Traxion Tailgate Ladder. Climbing into a tall truck bed becomes awkward when the tailgate is the only available step. Traxion Tailgate Ladder provides a more structured way for adults to access the bed on compatible trucks. A folding design keeps it out of the way during normal driving, then makes entry easier when cargo needs loading or unloading. Used on stable ground with proper hand support, it can reduce the awkward jump and climb routine many truck owners eventually get tired of. Number 35. Everfire Truck Tent. A truck bed can become a campsite without hauling a full-size trailer or sleeping directly on the ground. Everfire Truck Tent fits around a compatible pickup bed to create an enclosed shelter above the cargo floor. The truck itself becomes the base, while the fabric structure adds privacy and weather protection at camp. For casual road trips, it can transform the vehicle you already own into a compact overnight setup with surprisingly little extra footprint. Number 36. MarkSign Cargo Bag. Soft luggage and camping gear can be difficult to organize when everything is exposed inside an open carrier or truck bed. MarkSign Cargo Bag groups those items inside a large, flexible enclosure. The soft-sided design collapses more easily than a rigid box when empty, while the cover helps keep packed gear together during travel. Used within its weather resistance limits and secured appropriately by an adult, it can make bulky trip packing feel much more manageable. Number 37. Rudiman Loading Ramp. Moving wheeled equipment into a truck bed can be difficult when the height difference is too large to lift comfortably. Rudiman Loading Ramp creates an inclined surface for compatible loading applications within its rated capacity. A ramp can reduce the need for direct lifting, but it also introduces serious stability and traction risks. Only trained adults should use properly rated ramps with appropriate equipment, secure placement, and all manufacturer safety requirements. Number 38. TacoNet's Cargo Net. Odd-shaped loads rarely cooperate with boxes or rigid dividers. TacoNet's Cargo Net stretches across suitable cargo to help keep lighter items from shifting or escaping during transport. Flexible attachment points make the net easier to adapt around different load shapes than a solid barrier. Adult users still need proper load securement for the actual cargo, but a net can add a useful layer of organization over loose everyday gear. Number 39. JDM Car Storage Box. Small truck accessories tend to disappear inside deep factory compartments where everything gets thrown together. JDM Car Storage Box introduces more defined organization into a compatible cabin or bed storage area. Dedicated sections can separate cables, straps, tools, or personal items without adding another loose bag. Fit it into the available space and turn a forgotten compartment into something useful enough that you actually remember what is stored there. Number 40. Starknight MT Tonneau Cover. Weather protection becomes much easier when the entire truck bed can be covered in one movement. Starknight MT Tonneau Cover creates a fitted barrier over compatible pickups while preserving access when the bed is needed open. The low-profile design can also make cargo less visible from outside the vehicle. For owners who switch constantly between workloads and everyday storage, a removable or folding cover can become one of the most frequently used bed upgrades. The final third brings more serious utility: bed storage, cargo length, recovery gear, exterior protection, security, visibility, and electronics that keep the truck better prepared for everyday surprises. Number 41. Mabet Storage Bin. Unused cavities inside a truck can become valuable storage when an organizer is shaped specifically around them. Mabet Storage Bin adds a defined compartment to compatible interior or bed locations that might otherwise collect random loose items. The molded layout keeps small gear from rolling around while preserving larger cargo areas for bigger equipment. It is a simple upgrade, but using previously wasted space often feels more useful than adding another bulky box. Number 40. TWO. YZONA Bed Extender. Long cargo creates an awkward choice between leaving the tailgate down or giving up valuable bed length. YZONA Bed Extender expands the usable cargo boundary on compatible pickups when extra length is needed. The frame helps create a more defined rear limit while still allowing the truck to return to its normal configuration afterward. Adults should follow load securement and vehicle requirements, but the extra usable space can make oversized everyday hauling far more practical. Number 43. Axipex Recovery Rope. A stuck vehicle sometimes requires more than traction aids, especially when another properly equipped vehicle is available to assist. Axipex Recovery Rope is intended for rated vehicle recovery situations where dynamic pulling equipment is appropriate. Recovery forces can be extremely dangerous if equipment, attachment points, or techniques are wrong. This product should only be handled by trained adults using correctly rated components, approved recovery points, and established safe recovery procedures. Number 44. Seapokix Hood Protector. Road debris can leave chips and marks across the front edge of a hood long before the rest of the paint looks worn. Seapokix Hood Protector adds a fitted barrier over a compatible truck's leading hood area. The accessory takes some of the exposure from bugs and minor debris while also changing the front end appearance. For drivers covering lots of highway miles, protecting one vulnerable strip can help preserve the cleaner look of the truck. Number 45. Tevlafi Wheel Lock. A parked vehicle can benefit from a visible security deterrent when extra protection is wanted. Tevlafi Wheel Lock attaches around a compatible wheel to restrict normal movement and make unauthorized driving more difficult. Its bright, obvious design can also signal that an additional security measure is already in place. It should not be treated as unbeatable security, but layered protection can make a truck less convenient for someone trying to move it without permission. Number 46. Munchkin Window Shade. Sunlight entering through side windows can make passengers uncomfortable, even when the cabin temperature is under control. Munchkin Window Shade adds a removable barrier across compatible glass to reduce direct glare. The lightweight design stores easily when not required, while quick placement makes it useful on longer daytime drives. Installed without obstructing the driver's legally required field of view, it can make sunny trips more comfortable for passengers in the back. Number 47. Goduson Tire Gauge. Tires can look normal, while pressure has already drifted away from the level recommended for the vehicle. Goduson Tire Gauge provides a quick manual reading at the valve stem. Its compact size makes it easy to keep in the glove box or toolkit for occasional checks. Compare readings with the truck manufacturer's recommended cold tire pressures and catch changes before they become another problem, noticed only after the vehicle starts feeling different. Number 48. Diff Car Charger Organizer. Charging cables become a tangled mess when several devices share the center console on every trip. Diff Car Charger Organizer creates a dedicated place for cords, adapters, and small charging accessories. Separated storage keeps cables easier to identify while preventing them from spreading into cup holders or seat gaps. Set up the charging essentials once and make phones, cameras, or other electronics easier to power without rebuilding the cable pile every time someone gets in. The last 13 cover visibility, weather protection, privacy, sleeping, tire monitoring, cargo expansion, and easier truck access, the kinds of upgrades that prove their value after repeated real-world use. Number 49. PEMACOM Backup Camera. A large pickup can hide surprisingly close obstacles below the normal rear window view. PEMACOM Backup Camera adds another rear-facing perspective through a compatible display. That extra view can help adults judge parking spaces, nearby objects, or trailer alignment while reversing. No camera eliminates blind spots entirely, so mirrors and direct observations still matter. But the added perspective can quickly become one of the most useful everyday technology upgrades in the truck. Number 50. Morhept Truck Cover. Vehicles parked outdoors spend every day exposed to sun, dust, bird droppings, and changing weather. Morhept Truck Cover creates a full exterior barrier for a compatible pickup while it is stationary. A fitted shape helps the material stay positioned around the body, while the cover protects paint and glass from everyday exposure. For trucks that sit for extended periods, covering the whole vehicle can reduce how much cleaning is waiting before the next drive. Number 51. OnGar Privacy Tent. Camping and outdoor travel often reveal how valuable a small private space can be. OnGar Privacy Tent creates a portable enclosure for changing, showering, or other campsite privacy needs. Its vertical shape occupies less ground area than a sleeping tent, while collapsible construction makes transport easier in the truck. Set it up at an appropriate campsite and gain a dedicated private zone without trying to improvise one behind doors, tarps, or trees. Number 50. T20. UMBRAUDO Air Mattress. Truck-based travel sounds adventurous until the sleeping surface turns out to be the least comfortable part of the trip. UMBRAUDO Air Mattress creates a cushioned sleeping area sized around compatible vehicle or truck configurations. Inflatable construction means it packs smaller while traveling and expands only when camp is ready. Used while the vehicle is safely parked, it can turn an ordinary overnight stop into a setup that feels much closer to an actual bed. Number 53. TimeMate TPMS System. Tire problems become easier to miss when the only warning arrives after handling already feels noticeably wrong. TimeMate TPMS System monitors compatible tire pressure information and displays changes for the driver. Continuous readings can make unusual pressure or temperature trends easier to notice during travel. It does not replace inspection or proper maintenance, but adding more visibility around tires can be particularly useful for pickups that tow, haul, or spend long hours on the road. Number 54. Machins Bed Extender. A short truck bed can feel limiting the moment lumber, outdoor gear, or long cargo extends beyond the tailgate area. Machins Bed Extender creates additional usable boundary space on compatible pickups. Its frame helps define where longer items can sit, while maintaining a more structured cargo zone. Adults still need correct securement and legal load positioning, but an extender can make the truck noticeably more versatile when oversized gear appears unexpectedly. Number 55. TRUNKCRATEPRO Ladder Rack. Ladders and long materials consume nearly the entire bed when there is nowhere else to position them. TRUNKCRATEPRO Ladder Rack moves suitable long cargo above the main bed floor on a compatible truck. That elevated setup leaves more lower space available for tools, bins, and other job site equipment. When installed and loaded within its ratings by trained adults, the rack can make work cargo feel much better organized without increasing the truck's footprint. Number 56. JOYTUTUS Shower Tent. Road trips and remote campsites can make simple routines difficult when there is no private enclosure nearby. JOYTUTUS Shower Tent creates a tall portable shelter for appropriate showering, changing, or privacy use. Collapsible construction lets it pack into the truck between stops, while the freestanding layout avoids using the sleeping tent for every personal task. For camping setups, one small shelter can make the entire site feel much more organized and comfortable. Number 57. Keiurot Bed Mattress. A pickup bed provides plenty of room to lie down, but corrugated metal is not exactly sleep-friendly. Keiurot Bed Mattress adds a cushioned layer shaped for compatible truck bed camping arrangements. The portable design can be packed with other gear, then unfolded or inflated once the vehicle is parked securely. For weekend trips, turning unused bed space into a practical sleeping platform can remove the need to carry a separate ground setup. Number 58. Wolfbox Running Boards. Tall truck cabins can make getting in and out awkward for passengers who would benefit from a lower intermediate step. Wolfbox running boards add a fixed stepping surface beneath compatible doors. The wider platform platform can also make roof or cab access more convenient while changing the truck's side profile. Correct installation and load ratings matter, but a dependable step is the kind of upgrade that gets used literally every time certain passengers enter the vehicle. Number 59. Arkson Roof Basket. Lightweight, bulky gear can crowd the bed even when the roof above the cab remains unused. Arkson Roof Basket adds elevated cargo space to a compatible rated roof rack system. Its raised rails help define the load area while freeing cabin or bedroom for items better stored lower down. Adults should respect roof load limits and secure cargo correctly, but vertical expansion can make family trips noticeably less crowded. Number 60. Xiang Bed Divider. A completely open truck bed is great for large loads and terrible for keeping small loads exactly where you put them. Xiang Bed Divider splits a compatible bed into more manageable sections. The barrier can keep grocery bins, equipment, or daily cargo from sliding into unreachable corners while leaving the rest of the bed available. For owners who rarely fill the entire bed, dividing the space can make everyday hauling feel far more controlled. Number 61. YZONA Wheel Liners. Wheel well areas take constant exposure from water, mud, gravel, and road debris during ordinary driving. YZONA wheel liners add fitted protection inside compatible truck wheel housings. The molded panels help shield exposed areas while giving the wheel wells a more finished appearance. It is not the flashiest upgrade in the lineup, but protecting a hard-working part of the truck is exactly the kind of practical improvement owners can appreciate for years. The best truck gadgets prove their value when real work, travel, or unexpected problems show up. Which upgrade would you actually keep in your pickup? Share your pick below, subscribe for more useful finds, and make every mile work smarter.